right, so news breaking this morning that the Detroit Lions have sold out their season ticket allotment for the second straight year. And this is this is interesting because we're in a weird place in that nobody likes what the Lions did in terms of raising their ticket prices. When they made that announcement a while ago, people were a little shocked at how much they were raising their ticket prices. Unfortunately, that's one of the very few downsides of winning is the product and the ticket becomes more coveted on the open market. And when you're a business, and they are indeed a business, and you're looking at the product that you sell being sold for more elsewhere, meaning if I price a $100 ticket and then on the open market, that $100 ticket is going for $350. You start to go, okay, other people are profiting off this by margins that we could profit off of. And look, I don't like it either, but many of our listening audience, whatever you do for a living, if I told you that you could make more money doing it, how many of you would say no? Now, there's a little bit of a strange relationship between fans and organizations in that we feel ownership of the team. We feel like the team is ours, and we feel like we want our team to be accessible to us. And I hate that some of the hardcore fans might get priced out, especially if you weathered years of losing where your $100 ticket on the secondary market would fetch $40. Now that your $100 ticket could fetch $300 or $350, and I'm making these numbers up, but just as an example, you're like, okay, so I invested through the bad years, and now that we're entering what we expect to be good years, I get priced out. That blows. That absolutely sucks. And then the other side of the coin, unfortunately, is what I said at the beginning. If you're an owner of a business, would you turn down higher profits? If you're a worker at a business, would you turn down a raise? And that's sort of the catch-22 of your team winning more. So look, and then the ticket prices go up and they sell out anyway. Now the problem is, and I remember this happened during the Red Wings era, when fans that could afford it sort of got banished to the upper bowl of the Joe, and there was real animosity from the upper bowl crowd towards what was referred to as the lower bowl Olympia room crowd that was just there to corporate tickets, entertaining clients, having them down in the Olympia room when the second period starts and there's swaths of empty seats that weren't being occupied by, I put in quotes, real fans who were there for the hockey game. Because the more the prices go up, the more those tickets will be moved away from fans and into the hands of corporations that can afford the tickets and use the tickets to entertain. All of this sucks for the fan, except for the winning. The winning is great, but they sold out. And I remember once having somebody tell me, you know what the length of the perfect waiting list is? If you have a waiting list, it tells me as a business owner that the ticket price is too low. Because as a business owner, when I'm trying to maximize profits, and that's my job, you want to raise the ticket prices until that waiting list is zero. Now, the problem with that, of course, and very rarely does this happen. I do remember the Pistons did it back when they were kind of struggling and banished to irrelevancy. They cut their season ticket prices dramatically and suddenly started filling up the palace again with a less than great product. Too frequently, that doesn't happen. But anyway, they sold out. So I guess the question to you, the Lions fan is, and the season ticket holder, A, did you bite the bullet? Or B, did you let your tickets go? Because enough people either renewed or got off the waiting list finally. Because there's probably some of you out there that have been on the waiting list, and maybe, I don't know this for a fact, But maybe with the ticket prices rising, you got your chance finally because some season ticket holders gave up their tickets.
I'd imagine there'd be some people out there that are certainly they're bummed that they couldn't get the season tickets, but what they can look at it and say, well, really what I want is the playoff ticket. So if I save money by not getting the season tickets, I can use that money that I would have bought for a whole season and put it on a playoff ticket because that's what people really want. A lot of people also buy season tickets because they think the team's going to be good so they can get the playoff tickets. They get the first crack at them, right? Because they're season ticket holders. So there's silver linings abound, but you're still going to have to spend money, which is the ultimate bummer of this whole thing is that, okay, team's great, love it, but we're going to have to spend more money to really root them on and see them in person. But I don't think that's something that people are really lamenting. I think it's one of these, oh, man, that part sucks. But it's not like I can't watch the team.
No.
It's just that I'm getting priced out of going to the stadium and watching it. Now, there'll be games that people get discounted. They'll be able to find a cheaper ticket than they expected because there'll be people out there that buy the tickets solely to sell the tickets. And then they see that people aren't buying them on a secondary market, and at the last minute they end up snatching them up for a fraction of the cost.
So the other thing that you can consider is, and this is, it's like playing the stock market. If the ticket price goes up and you can't afford it, can you find a way to pay the premium, get the ticket, and then turn around and sell enough of your tickets for profit? Whether it just be, like you mentioned, the playoff, you just want the playoff games, or can you figure out, all right, if I sell these 3 regular season games
right
at this price, can I make up the difference? I assume it's going to be a coveted ticket again, but that's always a risk.
Well, there are people I know that have done that buy season tickets solely to sell them on a secondary market. They use it as...
They never go?
No. That they'll do it only to...
I don't love that.
To make it... Well, I mean, it is what it is. It's like they're their own little, broker, but that's how it works. I mean, if you can... Like for Michigan football tickets, for instance, right? If you got Ohio State on the schedule... or Penn State on the schedule, or Michigan State on the schedule, that those are 3 games that you're going to be able to get a premium for your tickets.
I wonder how many people last year that had been season ticket holders and waited forever to see a home playoff game, then turned around and sold those because they could make too much money.
I think it ends up being, what's your price? Yeah. And nope, not going to do it. Not going to do it. Okay, would you do it for this? Nope, not going to do it. Not going to do it. Would you do it for this? Nope, not going to do it. Did you know that you can get $3,500 for your ticket sold?
Yeah, because I don't.
Everybody has their price.
They do. And yet, could you imagine being a longtime season ticket holder and waiting and waiting and waiting? And then the irony of getting an offer you can't refuse and passing on going to that home playoff game? Like, I would think that was your finish line. That was all of the hard work and the suffering you put in, and now the reward, and you turn around and sell your ticket. And I don't want to make it sound like I'm shaming them. I'm not. I'm just saying it's just kind of ironic that I'm sure there are people that did that.
Of course. Yep. I mean, they're excited. It could be like the week leading up to it. You're all excited. I'm going to the game. This is why I got season tickets. Mm-hmm. And then the $1 million man creeps up in your head and says, everybody's got their price. Look at that secondary market. And you look and you see that your ticket that you have effectively paid $300 for is now worth 10 times that. Oh, well, I know, right? Know would be that. Would you like cash?
I'm intrigued at how Lions season ticket holders have approached their tickets being coveted last year, 2 home playoff games, ticket prices raising, but they're still sold out, which tells me if you made the choice to re-up your season tickets when you hear that they still sold out, does that put you in, okay, my ticket still has value and I should be able to make up some of the cost by selling a game or 2 here?
Or are those people, are they buying the season tickets to sell the tickets during the regular season, but only to hang on to their ticket for the postseason?
Yeah. What's your approach, Lions fan?